mistaken.
He on
Relax,
camera,
relax.
he just showed his true face.
Relax. Where are you
Here
from?
on camera,
Where are
he
you
showed-
from?
My
Where you
country
from?
tells
Where
you
from?
no in your face.
Where you from? Where you
So
from?
which country is that?
Where you from?
Thank you.
Where you
We
from?
tell you in
Poland.
your face. We
Poland.
don't want you.
Poland.
We don't want you. And that's it.
Okay.
I don't have to beg
Ladies
for
and
it.
gentlemen,
I was
Brexit.
exercising my right. What?
Brexit. What was the message of Brexit?
What's the
Told
message of
people
Brexit?
like you to piss off.
Yeah. No.
What are you still doing
no.
here?
Yeah. Thank you.
I am a revert and I was taught how to pray Salah.
That means every single time I pray,
The person who told me gets the reward.
5 times a day, from Fajr to Isha.
If you want to support someone like me in learning Salah,
Then sponsor 10 people for just £100 this Ramadan.
remember the Prophet, peace be upon him, said,
Charity does not decrease wealth. Click the button and donate now.
Be reasonable. Who do you think should be a priority, the priority for this government and the governments of Europe? Should there be Islamic migration with the risk of happening? I'm not saying all Muslims do it. I don't want you right away to assume that. Nevertheless, I'm telling you that there's a serious problem. And the problem is that human rights of the European people are being jeopardized and they're being put at risk.
So you mentioned a bunch of things. Your argument from the get-go was very Eurocentric, that's happening in the Middle East, what's happening in the West, what's happening in Europe. And my very simple response to that is, we're living on Earth and you can't divorce and separate what's happening in one aspect of the world with the other aspect of the world, especially if there are clear connections. When you have the countries here in the West involved in the East, the Middle East, South Asia, this, that, then you have to understand that there will be a connection. When there are Israeli citizens from this country on social media saying, we are going to Israel now because we're going to protect our people from Hamas, and going there and killing women and children because the statistics tell us majority of the casualties are indeed innocents, women and children, then you cannot divorce the UK from the discussion. You cannot divorce the United States whenever the countries get together and there is a UN Council about a ceasefire, and the only hand that goes up is that of the United States when they are the ones that have significant influence on stopping what's going on, and they choose to let it carry on. I'm sorry, it's not as simple as, oh, that's going on over there, we're over here. You mentioned a bunch of points. I'm responding to them one by one.
Go on.
Yeah. Then secondly, you're saying, oh, the terrorist attacks that have been taken place over here. Okay, there are many terrorist attacks that have been taken place in Pakistan, in Bangladesh, in India, in Sudan, in Palestine, in Libya, in Syria. They've been happening over there. Abhorrent, wrong. In the UK, abhorrent, wrong. In America, abhorrent, wrong. Of course it's wrong, but to say that some lives need to be discussed more because we happen to be living with each other or we happen to speak the same language, I disagree with that.
Now,
lives are lives, and terrorism is terrorism, and all of it needs to be discussed and all of it needs to be condemned. Then you went on to migration, which you said is your main point. So addressing your main point, you're saying, should this be given priority, i.e., maybe I'm assuming you're saying, which I would agree with you here, the people living over here that have citizenship, that have come over here, that are contributing to society, of course our safety is paramount. There is people coming in that are a threat to that are a danger to that, and that are causing harm to people. Of course, they need to be dealt with.
Okay, hold on. I heard your point.
Was that your point, yeah?
No, yes, but unfortunately, you still think you're talking like talking to children over here or something. Let's agree on some realities. First reality, most of the men who are on the boats and are in fighting age, that's one. Most of them actually are soldiers. Now, if I were...
Says who?
Just a moment.
Says who, though?
Just hold on one second. If I were an officer, let's say in the ISIS army, I would say to my soldiers these words. I want you to get on that boat and do not get a single gun do not get a single ID with you. Why? It's because when the Navy, let's say British Navy or Italian Navy, whatever, when they would intercept the boats with guns, they would blow them into pieces. But when they see the same soldiers without any guns, suddenly those navies are powerless. It's a tactic which is a military tactic which has been used before, just like a Trojan horse idea. I'm sure you know about it. It's been used before. So that's one. So yes, you get over here a sleeping cells. You get soldiers over here, not only from ISIS, from the Islamic world, and another concept of simply speaking, breeding out native European population, because the only European population is a white population. Everybody else is a newcomer, just like in America. There's such a thing as native Indians, and no one questions that. The same way here, Europeans are the
You're
only
mentioning
Europeans.
a lot of points. Try to stick with one or two so I can
I'm trying
respond.
to show you, do not speak in that way. There should be discussed. Nothing to discuss. Those people come here as incognito. They cannot have any rights because, for one simple reason, the government is unable. And I'll give you an analogy of an army. Hold on, let me finish.
You're mentioning a lot of points.
Hold on. You also made another point. Listen,
Yeah, that was in response to your point.
I showed you an analogy that since government is unable to determine who those people are, therefore
You're just
there should be no
repeating.
entry.
You're just repeating now.
I'm just
Yeah.
referring about an analogy. Go
Yeah, I
ahead.
mean, like you said, we're not children, so we don't need to repeat things again and again. You're saying these people are coming in and they're incognito. Again, I'm seeing parallels with our last discussion. Who said this? Which study? Saying that these people are soldiers and they're incognito, and where's this coming from? What's the evidence for this?
Even those people who raped that
Just
girl.
opinion. It's just
even
opinion.
though the girl
Okay, let me
who was
finish.
raped
You
up
mentioned
north,
a lot of
you
points.
Say, wait, so let me just quickly point this one. Those men did not reveal the identity. They got fake birthdays because they were refused to give the identity.
Right.
Okay.
So when people come in through these boats, yeah, the first thing that happens is these people seek asylum. Yeah, they are all documented. They're not undocumented migrants.
Undocumented, yes. But
No,
go ahead.
they come in as, obviously they can't have documents as they're coming in. As they come in, they are known by Dawah or whoever it is. Then all of their details are taken down. They're put up in certain places as their claim is being processed, registered, and then it's decided if they are to be sent back or brought back in. So there is a misnomer that people are saying these people just come in over the boats, incognito with camouflage, hiding behind trees and just running around like this. That's not what happens.
Why are you
They're
acting like this?
making a point. That's
It's a childish point you make.
No, it's a point that even though it's a childish point, it's a point you don't know. Because you're trying to say these are soldiers that are coming over here and then they're
and then fighting.
And what's the proof?
The age, one.
Age.
No, hold on. It's one
Age
of the
makes
proofs.
you a
Listen,
soldier.
Hold on, listen.
Age makes you a soldier.
Listen.
Proof.
Let me say things to you. Here's
Brother,
the
I need
bottom-
proof.
I give you
I
proof.
don't want to hear long stories.
I give you proof.
What's the proof?
The proof is that the orders are very simple. To conquer this part of the world.
Proof.
I don't need a proof.
Where did you get?
Listen.
Who gives them
Look,
the orders?
It's very simple.
Where?
If this would be purely about being a refugee,
Anecdotal
and here's the
evidence.
Proof. Here's the proof.
It's
If this
purely
would be about
anecdotal
being
evidence.
A refugee, Qatar
This is
recently.
this
listen,
is
here's the
very
proof.
low-level
No, listen,
argumentation.
No.
You know what?
Qatar, listen.
You know what?
Qatar
I need to whip
recently-
out the alphabet board. If you think I was
Hold
being
on,
childish
hold on,
before,
yes.
I need to really
That's really
spell
nice,
things
that's
out
very
to you.
nice. Listen,
because the
when you speak about the
argumentation
proof-
you're bringing,
okay,
age
time
makes
out,
you a soldier.
time
Oh,
out.
what you were told
I
before
forgot,
makes you a soldier.
I forgot. Listen,
Proof.
last time I spoken
Proof.
with him,
Proof.
he actually gave me statistics that
Yes.
Islam is only six in a list of crimes committed comparing to other religions. Is that correct?
Do you remember the study?
Yes, could you confirm that?
Yes, of
That's
course.
what you say. This
Number
is
6.
exactly Islamic mentality.
Right. Giving
He will not-
evidence.
He will not even consider his evidence.
Now give me the
Islam
counter
is
evidence.
only 1400 years old. How in the world any sane person would actually determine about proportionality, about Christ committed and put him on the list compared to a religion?
What
who
are you
2000
going on
years
about?
old? You see, you
That
don't even
study was from
understand.
0 to
You didn't even
2008.
Exactly. And how old is Islam?
Oh my God.
How old is Islam? How old? You see, you can't even comprehend it. Your
How old is
statistic
Islam?
It's a joke.
How old is Islam?
It's about what, 1400 years? Yeah, 1400
Where did you
years.
get that from?
So what happened to 600
Where did you get that from?
What happened to 600
Where did you
years?
get that
I come
from?
from the birth of Muhammad.
Okay,
Yeah.
relax.
Yeah, I'm ready for you, relax.
Relax.
And again, let's go back
So
to the subject.
he's talking about a study, yeah?
No. I just pointed to you that
From
statistics
0
are
to
laughable.
2008.
Laughable. 2000 from 0 when there was no Islam, and he makes statistics putting Islam at the bottom of the line. You know you can say that to killing on children. Don't say that to adults because you look stupid. Now,
Okay.
leave that aside. If this
I'm
would
gonna.
be, no, hold on. One
Brother,
point.
you're getting so triggered.
Listen.
It's
no.
embarrassing.
No, 1 point.
You're embarrassing yourself.
If
You're a
you
grown
people,
man.
If people
Behave
need
like
shelter,
a man.
If the Muslims need shelter, Qatar is so rich. It gives 400
What a
million,
stupid point.
400 million airplane to President of the United States. I'm sure it can afford
What's that got to do with anything?
It can afford you. So why
my
you come
God.
over here if Qatar can
you
afford
married?
you all?
Are you married?
What difference does it make if I'm married?
Do you have children? Because
What
they're going to be
difference does it
embarrassed.
make? Huh?
They're going to be embarrassed
They
seeing you
won't be
behave like this.
embarrassed. Don't worry about it. They won't
Are
be
you fertile?
embarrassed. Huh?
Are you fertile? Are you firing blanks? No problem.
Go on.
So he's saying from 0 to 2008, oh, but Muslims only started 1400 years ago. Firstly, no, we didn't start only 1400 years ago. It wasn't like 1400 years ago we started and before 1400 years ago we weren't there. Who's this guy? Let's just move a bit over here, yeah? What's wrong with these guys? Okay, so that's the first point, yeah? That's the first point. That Muslims have been there beforehand.
They weren't there.
From the time of Adam alayhi salam, Prophet Adam. That's the first point. Second point, that study is not just centered around Islam and Muslims.
What Muslims
Can I finish
follow
my
the word
point?
of
Are
Muhammad,
you going to
right?
start talking about
Go
Qatar
ahead.
aeroplanes
Go ahead,
again?
Go ahead.
Yeah, so that study includes Christians, it includes atheists, it includes Hindus. So the same argument can be made that Hindus predate Christians. So of course, then Hindus are going to have more numbers than Christians, when that still is not the case. Christians beat atheists, they beat Muslims, they beat Hindus in all of these criteria.
Give me the numbers. How
So-
many?
Shall I tell you?
Yes, go ahead.
176 million
176 million since
from
2002.
Christians.
Like from Christians.
And
Look,
about
how
31
about like
million
this?
by
Mao-
Muslims.
Mao
Naveed
alone,
Sheikhs.
Mao,
That study.
Chairman Mao alone, up to 100 million, is secular. Add to it Stalin.
What are you
another
talking about?
50 million. Seculars are beating everyone
From
by
where?
far.
Where did you get this figure
By far.
from?
What do you mean? You can look it up.
What, in Where's Wally?
You can look it up.
It wasn't there.
Of
I
course
found
it's there.
Wally, but I didn't find the
Okay.
statistic.
Well, look, it is the secular governments. Secular governments are the biggest killer.
What was the point?
Actually.
What was the point that you made
Secular.
after
It's
that?
nothing to do with religion.
What was the point that you made
the
after
point I'm
that?
trying to make is this.
After that, because
It's
you made
very
so many
sim-
points,
Yes,
I've forgotten.
of course. I'm sorry that you cannot catch up. Here's
Yeah,
a simple
because you're
point.
so advanced for me.
Yes, thank you.
Start talking about the
Thank
Qatar
you.
aeroplane
Thank you.
again.
Thank you. So exactly.
Big up Qatar
So
Airways.
I'm going to make a reminder here. The Muslims do not have to travel this far on the boats, putting yourself in danger, going through challenges, so on.
Again,
Qatar,
that doesn't make any sense.
Can receive
Majority
you.
of the
Saudi Arabia
refugees
can receive
from
you.
Muslim countries are going to Muslim countries.
That's how it should be.
The UK only takes a few percent. That's the first thing.
You show me the numbers.
And secondly, in the last 7 weeks, not a single person has come by boats. So I don't know why he keeps banging on about that.
7 weeks. And
the
what you
thing that's
resumed
been
is you
discussed
resumed yesterday,
the
by
thing
the way.
relax. The thing that's been discussed every single day, every single hour, is about the genocide that's been taking place. And what was your response when I mentioned that?
Genocide. Yes, I'm
That's
against
happening
it.
in the
I'm
Middle
against
East.
it. That's
Let's
Middle
talk
East,
about
that's
one
right.
going getting stabbed over
That's
here.
right.
Oh, forget the 50 to 70,000 people that are being butchered in Palestine. Don't come to us with these morals, bro.
Listen, this is
you
like-
have
what
no
do you come to
morals.
now? You don't
because
come to
they
us.
are quoting
No, it's
the
the other way
Bible.
around. You
the
don't come to
Bible
us with
is
your
being
garbage.
quoted for the
That's
genocide.
The point. I understand
Is the
your- I
Quran
understand
being
your
quoted
garbage
by the
in your
Palestinians
ranks.
as they're
Listen,
killing
I
these
understand,
IDF?
but
No,
you have nothing
the
but
UN
garbage
is
in your
saying
ranks.
that the
I totally
Palestinians
get it.
have every
You
right
cannot
to
fix your
defend
place
themselves
up,
against
and
these
you're running
occupiers.
Away from it. If Allah will be so great and give you such enlightenment, why don't you fix your damn place up? That way, so people
Why
from
don't you
here
stop bombing
can
us?
run there. Oh, there you go.
Why
That's
don't
the
you stop
mentality.
dropping bombs
That's the mentality.
and stealing our
Now
natural
watch
resources?
This. Watch this. Watch
Can
this.
we get our
Watch
natural
this.
resources
watch
back?
This. Watch this.
Can
Listen,
you stay
there
out
you
of our
go.
countries
Who's
for
breaking
more
up?
than 5
Don't cry.
minutes?
Just don't cry now.
More than 5 minutes?
Here's the mentality.
Where do you get your oil from, boy?
Look at the mentality.
Who gives you the oil?
Look at the mentality.
Who gives you the oil?
Look at the mentality.
Huh?
There's
Who
plenty
gives
of
you the
oil.
oil?
United States.
Who gives you the gas?
United States. Now listen.
Who gives you the
now
gas?
Listen. Look
Huh?
at the boy. Look at this boy. You're
Yeah,
so
look at me.
dumb.
I'm
Listen.
so handsome.
You're so now listen.
Now
You're
tell me
so dumb.
where you get your oil
watch
from.
This. Watch
oil.
this. Easy. Time out. Time out.
Ladies
listen.
and gentlemen,
Imagine
where do they
there's a
get their
flock
oil
of
from?
sheep. Imagine
Muslim
there's a flock of
countries.
sheep.
Where
And
do they
this
get their
flock of
gas
sheep,
from?
Listen to this.
Muslim countries.
Listen to this.
Where did
You
Jesus come
decide.
from?
You decide.
A Muslim country.
There's a flock of sheep which is attacked
He
by
was
the
born
wolves.
in Bethlehem.
Now when the wolves
The
attack the
flag.
sheep, let me
St.
speak.
George's
Okay,
flag.
don't be
Where
afraid.
did St. George come
So
from?
when the wolves
A
attack
Muslim
sheep,
country.
the sheep
Where
decides
did
to
algebra
move
come
to
from?
wolves' den.
Muslims.
How stupid
A
is that?
Muslim country.
He just called you stupid. Everyone on the camera, he called you stupid. Because if a flock of sheep attacked by
Why are
the
you
wolves,
frosting at the mouth?
okay,
Speak normally.
if you have flock of sheep attacked by
Why are
the
you
wolves,
talking about sheep?
what happens?
I'm bringing facts.
The sheep does not
This guy's
go,
talking about
doesn't
sheep.
move in to wolves' den. He's so stupid. And actually, he calls all of you stupid. That actually he believes that this victim mentality, oh, you bomb us, so we come here. Because you bomb us, so we come here. Do you hear how stupid he sounds? I mean, this, you know, if there would be like a negative numbers in IQ, you just saw it. No sheep would ever go to live in the wolf's den. If West is so horrible and it bombs the shit out of you, what the fuck would you even come here in the first place? Have some dignity. Say, fuck those assholes. We're going to make our own place. We're going to keep our own. Screw them. Then I'll have a respect for you, and I would say you people have honor, dignity, and I'll give you respect. But when you come here, you're nothing but prostitutes.
One second.
You're nothing but prostitutes because they fuck you up and you still ask for more.
Okay,
Yeah.
this
Who the
brother,
fuck did you shake?
brother,
So what?
brother,
Oh, you
brother.
need to know I'm
Brother,
European.
brother, please.
I am
Brother,
pure-blooded
you can speak
European.
to him
Is that
after.
enough?
You can speak to him.
Yes, I'm not making point. Yes, have dignity.
Brother, please.
Have
Brother, you can speak
dignity.
to him afterwards.
Have dignity.
Brother, you're just aggravating him.
How about like this? No, I answer. Let me answer.
No,
them.
no, no,
I'm
no.
from-
Relax,
I answer.
relax.
Let me-
Okay.
I'll respect.
Brother,
I'll
if
give
you want to
respect.
speak to him,
I'll give you
speak
respect.
to him
I'll give you
after.
respect. No.
Speak to him after.
Fine, okay.
Speak to him after.
Yes,
Right,
I'll tell you later.
right.
Yeah, that's not your
Brother,
country.
please,
That's
please.
not your country. You're born here doesn't make it your
Look,
country.
he's just barking like a dog again.
I can prove it to you.
Look, that's-
I can prove it. That the ice is bright. Even the Supreme
Brother,
Court.
okay,
even the
relax.
Supreme Court says she's not British.
Now I have to wait 10 minutes for him
The
to shut
Supreme
up again.
Court and UK government says she's not British. That's why she's not
Okay,
in. If
but-
she'd be white skinned and blonde hair, she'd be here in a minute.
Okay.
You still think it's your country?
All right.
Even your,
All right,
even
be
your
quiet,
court
be
hates
quiet.
you.
Relax. He's talking about ISIS and Canadian Secret Services allowed Shamima Begum to go to Syria, and the UK Secret Services knew about that. Okay, that's number one. Number two, what were you barking about before? Okay, you were saying that if, okay, you're coming to our country, have some dignity, stay in your own country. No.
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 I didn't say that.
No, we're not going to have
You
this.
spoke
No,
about
Be
bombing,
quiet,
that
be
they
quiet,
bomb
be
your
quiet.
country.
Don't be scared. Okay, we're not going to have dignity. I'm going to tell you, you come to our country and you take the resources, we're going to come to your countries and we're going to use our
That's how
resources
stupid
that
he
you've
sounds.
taken.
Actually, he believes
We're
that.
going to come here and
There
we're going
you
to take
go.
our resources
Here on
that
camera,
you've taken.
here on
Relax.
camera, he just showed his true face.
Relax. Where are you
Here
from?
on camera,
Where are
he
you
showed-
from?
My
Where you from?
country tells
Where
you
from?
no in your face.
Where you from? Where you
So
from?
which country is that?
Where you from?
Thank you.
Where you
We
from?
tell you in
Poland.
your face. We
Poland.
don't want you.
Poland.
We don't want you. And that's it. We don't want you.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
Ladies
surely.
and gentlemen. One second, brother.
I'm
Ladies and-
exercising. I'm exercising
Bro,
my right.
behave yourself.
I'm
Relax.
exercising my right.
You haven't
I
exercised
didn't
in a long
have to
time.
beg for anything.
Okay.
I don't have to beg
Ladies
for
and
anything. I was
gentlemen, Brexit.
exercising my right. What?
Brexit. What was the message of Brexit?
What's
Told
the message
people
of
like
Brexit?
you to piss off.
Yeah. No.
What are you still doing
no.
here?
Yeah. Thank you. I live where I
Brexit
want.
told him to
I
piss
live-
off, and he's still here,
Listen.
scrounging. Have some
Scoundrel.
dignity.
Are you joking?
Have some
Listen,
self-respect.
British do not
Go
bomb.
back
listen,
home.
listen.
Was your
British
country
people
bombed?
do not bomb my
Was
country.
your country bombed?
In fact,
So
right
his
now,
country
British
wasn't even
people
bombed,
come to
and he's
live
still
in my
here.
country.
This guy
Today,
doesn't know what
British people
self-respect
come to
means,
live in my
ladies and
country.
gentlemen.
Real
And
British
he's talking
people,
to us
because you hear,
about
and they
self-respect.
don't want to see your faces, so now they come to Poland to live in Poland. How sick is that?
Bro, piss off
How
back to
sick is
Poland.
that?
They don't want you here.
And what's
Brexit means Brexit.
They're real
one.
English, and here
Do
you
one.
here.
Are you born
Give me
here?
a break.
Are you born here?
What difference does
Are
it
you
make?
born here?
What difference makes no
Because it
difference,
makes
yeah.
you a British
Yeah.
citizen.
No, that
Are you
doesn't
born
make
here?
you British
Well,
citizen.
it's one of the
I told
criteria.
you, no.
Are you born here?
No. Supreme
Are you born
Court.
here?
Are
He
you
wasn't born
listening?
here.
Are you listening?
wasn't born here.
Are you listening?
He wasn't born
you
here.
think like you're gonna get me?
Yeah, he born in
Listen,
Poland.
You got
Go
roasted.
back to Poland.
You got
Don't
roasted.
lecture us
You got
when you
roasted.
can't
Not
even
us.
speak the
There's
English
no
language
us.
properly,
There
frankly.
is no us. It is you. It is you that's gotta go
Was it?
because people don't want you, and you pretend it's otherwise. You understand? What do you mean? I told you. I told you. I exercise my right. I never had to ask for begging. Oh, please take me because in my country don't let me keep my beard. No,
What are you doing
I was
here?
exercising my right.
What are you doing
and
here?
also,
What are you doing here?
I told you,
are you doing here?
I am a free man.
Yeah,
you
but what are you
cannot
doing here?
comprehend this.
Go free man back to
because you're a
Poland.
slave of Allah.
Yeah, why aren't you free in
Slaves will
Poland?
never understand freedom.
Why aren't you a free man in
No
Poland?
slave of Allah will understand
Why
freedom.
are you not a free man in
Oh, I'm
Poland?
there too all the time. I'm going soon anyway.
Okay, why don't you stay
Yeah.
there?
I stay there anytime I want.
So what are you doing here
Also,
then?
I can go to Switzerland, Luxembourg.
Why are you here then?
I can go to Monaco. You can't.
Why are you
because
here then?
nobody wants you there. We're so happy.
What are you talking
know
about?
how happy we are that you cannot live
What are you
there?
talking about?
You know how happy we are? You have no idea.
You don't look like a happy man.
Everybody has sight
You
of
look like
relief
you look
that
like
you
an
no
angry,
longer, you no longer can go
infertile
there.
man
yeah,
that
look
is
at
not
it.
married
Oh, it's getting personal.
and has no
He's
children.
getting personal because
He's the one that's been calling me dumb for the last 15 minutes,
This
and he's talking
government
about getting
and
personal.
Supreme
What a
Court
joke.
agrees with me. You are not English.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Supreme Court.
we were talking
of
about
this
migration.
land.
He doesn't know about migration.
We know.
Then we
Supreme
talked
Court,
about religion.
They know what
He
they're
has no
talking
knowledge
about.
about religion. Then we're
told
talking
you.
about sociology.
Yeah.
He has no
Yeah,
knowledge
that's it.
about
Yeah,
sociology.
yeah, that's it.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Go
what
on,
does
go on,
this
go
guy
on.
know?
Come on, more.
What
go
does
ahead.
he know? He doesn't know anything,
I know
frankly.
that Supreme Court sided with me that this person actually is not English, is not British. If he would be, that woman would be back here the next day. Therefore,
What are you talking about?
Therefore, Supreme Court discerns who's really British and who is not. And that's a perfect example. The only reason why you're here because you don't break the law. The moment you break the law and they catch you outside, they won't let you in. Okay,
Ladies and gentlemen,
admit the truth.
some of you don't read books.
Other
Some
people
of
love
you
books.
don't watch the legitimate news. Some of you guys are, you go to school, but you don't take school seriously, you bunk off. This guy is a very good example of why you guys need to read,
Yes.
why you guys need
Yes,
to go
you
to
gotta
school,
read. I agree.
and why you
I
need to
agree.
be
I
why
agree.
you need to be informed.
So you understand?
Otherwise, you're
Yeah.
going to become an uninformed,
Yes.
angry, infertile,
Okay, okay.
obese,
Excellent point.
ugly man, ladies
Excellent
and gentlemen,
point. Oh,
frankly.
excellent point.
And with
Excellent
that,
point.
I will
Excellent
leave
point. Don't be
this
afraid.
gathering
Don't be-
because,
Read
frankly,
books and you
he does
find
not
out
want to
that Islam
learn or
is
benefit from
Gnostic
this.
Christianity.
So I
Islam
bid you
is Gnostic
adieu,
Christianity.
ladies and gentlemen.
Read books. Read books. Christianity, Gnostic Christianity, that's what Islam is. It's nothing new. Everything we find
Is
in
it
the
this one?
Quran, you find in Gnostic Christianity.
Let me
Writings that were written about 500 years before Muhammad was even born. I can even recite you dialogue that is written in the Quran that go back 500 years before Muhammad was born. Read books, everyone. He's so right. Then you find out that your book is nothing but perjury. It's a collection of writings that existed for hundreds of years.
Does God know about the past? Does God know about
What is
the
that
past?
one?
Does God know about the past? Yeah, does God know the past?
I don't know. That's God.
So your God don't know the past?
Well, you've got
I asked you a question.